Hello everyone, my name is Unknownartist720. Welcome back to some more Mighty Number 9. In this episode we're going to be tackling none other than the military base, in which we face Mighty Number 5. So without further ado, let's do this.
All set?
In this stage, this stage was I believe the first level to have been shown in the beta version of Mighty Number 9. And it's not drastically different from that. So if you played the beta stage, then you already know what this is going to look like, and you should know how simple the stage is.
Military base they shut down years ago.
So the gimmick of this place, if that's the right word to use, is that old military robots have been revived. In my opinion, these don't really look like military robots. If anything, they look like demolition robots, but I digress, I guess. I'm not gonna steal that saying. But yeah. So we're in an old military base, and in this military base, well, at the end of the military base, we'll be facing Mighty Number 5, Battalion. Battalion is a military robot, and he likes challenges and likes fighting. You'll find that in his speeches he'll say how weak a certain thing is, depending on what he's attacking.
Here we go.
There's not really much to say about Battalion. His weakness is Cryosphere's ability of ice. And I will say now, those corkscrews, if you're playing this game, just know that those corkscrew enemies are something to watch out for, because they are the most annoying enemies I've ever faced. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, Battalion's weak to Cryosphere's ice ability. I'll get into the effects of that later on. But yeah, Battalion himself likes fighting and challenges, and unlike I believe Dynatron, you'll find out later on. I've lost for words. He likes fights, Dynatron doesn't. That's what I was trying to say. I really need to work on these. But I'll get there eventually. So this level isn't really that hard. You just have to make sure you're watching your step, avoid as many hits as possible so that those corkscrew enemies don't take you down. The Sniper Joe enemies, or the shield enemies, whatever you want to call them, watch out for them as well. Make sure that when you're shooting, I believe how they work is you shoot at a close distance and then they'll remove their shield and shoot back at you. You might want to watch out for that one. But as you can see here, Cryosphere will help us because we saved her in the previous plays. Well, we saved her before we tackled this stage. That's what I meant to say. There are a lot of bombs, a lot of instant kill spikes, or malfunctioning wires, should I say. And you do need to watch out for those, because explosions do a lot of damage, and instant kill spikes are no fun. There's not much else to say about the stage other than just watch your step and make sure you're not getting hit too much. I like those enemies because if you stand on top of their box, unless they're about to throw it, they won't do anything. They'll just sit there and wait.
The doors! I'm trapped!
Is that fear in your voice, Private Beck? A robot soldier does not feel fear. A robot soldier does not feel pain. Now fight on like you got guns. Beck, we're working on unsealing those doors. Try to hold on.
That was embarrassing. But as I said before, I am not a perfect gamer, so I will die every now and then. The final stage is good. No, let me not say anything about the final stage. But I do die quite a lot in this game. Like, the amount of times I've had to redo a whole level because I kept dying one too many times is just ridiculous. Like, all these runs you're seeing now, or you will see now if you haven't seen the other episodes later on.
Here we go.
These are all after like at least at least 3 or 4 trials. I believe it took me like 4 tries to do this stage because I kept dying so many times. I think, if not, then 2. Another thing I wanted to mention is wherever mighty number you save, when they appear in the level, they'll usually get rid of a stage that either may be difficult to cross over or just covers a wide area. So in Pyrogen stage, as I mentioned in the previous episode, if you had saved Aviator before Pyrogen stage, then he would knock down all the buildings that would collapse on you, which would essentially stop you from getting instantly killed. In Cryosphere's level, Pyrogen doesn't really help you as much. Actually, no, yeah, he does. Pyrogen gets rid of the ice for you so that it's easier to battle Cryosphere. And as I think I either mentioned it or I didn't mention it before, but facing Cryosphere on ice is an absolute nightmare. It's so hard and so difficult, but anyway, that's something we'll discuss later. In this level, as you saw before, Cryosphere actually freezes all the rapidly shooting enemies. I mean, it's not impossible to get over any of... Wow, that was bad. It's not impossible to get past this, the things that the mighty numbers take out, but it can be difficult sometimes, like the oil platform. I think the oil platform is probably the worst one to get past, but I could be wrong.
That's more like it.
But yeah, I have nothing much to say because I've said all I can really. Yeah. Again, watch out for the exploding crates because that does hurt a lot. Oh yeah, that reminds me. There are some parts where there's just blocks. Shoot, I've forgotten the word. Blocks stacked. That's it. There'll be some blocks stacked on top of each other, like here. If you're standing near it for some reason, if that block drops on you, then it for some reason damages you, even though you're technically not underneath it. You're just touching it, but I don't know. That's just something to mention. So if you're on really low health and you're shooting a bunch of stacked blocks, don't. Those are mines on the floor, and they are not really. You shouldn't really have to worry about them. What I was trying to do there was freeze them with Cryosphere's ability, but it didn't reach that far, so there's really no point in me doing that in the first place. You can just dash across them and like avoid getting hit, but I guess I just wanted to test it out or whatnot. There's really no need for me to do this because what I was getting to I couldn't even get to in the first place. Trying to get to that life thing, and I also forgot where I was going. It's very it's very easy to get lost in this stage for like a short amount of time, I'd say. And till this day, I have no idea how you get up there. There's been so many parts when I think you have to use a certain ability, but it just never works. I'll say what ability it is when we get to the stage, but I won't spoil anything now. But there is a certain ability that we get from one of the mighty numbers that allows us to jump higher. But for some reason I could just never get to those tall ladder places. So I don't know what's up with that. But yeah. In some of the stages, there'll be like impossible parts. And I'm not talking about the ones where the mighty numbers help you, because those ones are possible. But there are some stages. Oh, that's probably my worst nightmare. Those corkscrew things. But there are some stages where there'll be parts that seem impossible. I'll get to those later when we get to those. But other than that, it's boss fight time.
So, Maggot, you crawled all the way here. What is your major malfunction, Private Beck? Why would you try and stop this glorious war? Fighting is in our programming. It's in our circuits. It's what we were made for. Battle is our destiny!
Right, so I'll just say it now because I don't think I allowed Battalion to do this thing very well. Battalion's strategy is he'll shoot a few pellets forward and then aim it upwards like that. Then what he'll do sometimes is he'll like shoot missiles on the floor, and wherever you pass them, they'll go up on you. Battalion is the second out of 3 to have an instant kill move. He did it right there, but I was out of the way of it, so it's okay. If that missile hits you at any point in time of your health, it will immediately just immediately kill you. So watch out for that the moment he shoots it. You mainly want to like air dash or jump or whatnot when he says fire, but yeah, just as long as you watch out for that, it's fine. Also, another thing he does at some certain occasions after you shot the missile is he'll summon it to explode, and it will explode the whole left half of the screen or right half of the screen wherever he shot it. He usually does it on the left side. So watch out for that as well, because it does a lot of damage. But with that you should be fine, and if you have Cryosphere's weapon it's even better.
Oh, blast! I see no pattern whatsoever. What in Tyson's name is behind this?
Target normalization confirmed. Transferring data now, Professor White.
Just a moment. Sonda, has Call been functioning normally this entire time?
Well, she was shut down for a firmware update when everything went all screwy. It seems like any bots that were powered off at the moment this all started are fine.
Shut down, you say? Wait. No, it couldn't be. Or could it be?
You got a theory, Will? Does it also explain why Beck wasn't affected?
You rang, Dr. Sonda? Where am I off to next?
Oh, Beck. Yes, just a moment. Let's continue this later, Will. And no trailing off into a time. Yeah.
And with that, I hope you enjoyed this
What should we
episode. Please
tackle
like,
next?
subscribe, share, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.